Hey guys, thank you for joining us for another episode of KYD Magazine's Fashion Essentials. If you are new to our YouTube channel, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you will know every time a new video drops. In this week's episode, we feature Miss Yani of Yani Designs as our featured designer, and we head down to the gym with Sydment, Fitments, and trying to put the body in a gear. Well, not my body, their body. Alright, so we're heading down to Marval to Gold Gym, where we're going to meet up with a colleague of mine, Sid. He is a manager and gym instructor, and he's going to tell us about his business as well as show us a few exercises that's going to help to tone up the body. And we're going to focus a little bit on the midsection area as well, because as you know, that can be a really problematic area for many of us. I can testify to that. So I'm going to pick up two friends and we're going to head down there and see what can be done. Alright guys, so we're here at Gold Gym in Marval, and I brought two friends with me, Zone and Sharona. They will be working out, not me. So let's go meet Sid. Hi, this is Sid, representing Sydment, Fitments, and welcome to my work. Hey guys, so here at Sydment, Fitments, what we focus on is high intensity interval training for cardio and cardiovascular strength and heart strength. We focus on yoga for flexibility and mobility. We focus on calisthenics for body weight training and resistance. We want to get maximum strength of our body. And we do some weight training because we want to maximize strength and protect our joints. Here, we focus on keeping the body as small as possible while maximizing strength. We want to be bulky, we want to look healthy, we want to be good.
A push-up is a common calisthenics exercise beginning from the prone position. By raising and lowering the body using the arms, push-ups exercise the pectoral muscles, triceps, and the anterior deltoids. A pull-up and/or chin-up is an upper body strength exercise. The pull-up is a closed chain movement where the body is suspended by the hands and pulls up. As this happens, the elbow flex and the shoulder adduct and extend to bring the elbows to the torso. Hanging leg raises primarily work the abdominals and hip flexors and are a great addition to any fitness routine for overall core strength, spine health, and mobility. Mostly if you are trying to exercise to improve your six-pack abs. Crunches do work for that, but I recommend doing hanging leg raises rather than doing the crunches because you put less stress on your vertebrae when you're doing the leg raises versus the crunch. The muscle up is an advanced strength training exercise within the domain of calisthenics. It is a combination routine of radial pull-up followed by a dip. Muscle-ups are a step up from the pull-up, but they require a completely different approach. They are the next level, but don't think of them as an extension of the pull-up. The Roman chair is great for developing core strength and stability. You can use this as a progression before you do your hanging leg raises. If you don't have access to the Roman chair, you can use your pull-up bar, Hang as though you're going to do a pull-up and tuck your knees to your chest until you gain the strength to do the hanging leg raise. The plank exercise and all variations of the plank strengthen your spine, rhomboids, lats, trapezius, core, quads, glutes, hamstrings, shoulders, and triceps when done properly. A lunge can refer to any position of the human body where one leg is positioned forward with a knee bent and foot flat on the ground while the other is positioned behind. Lunges increase muscle mass to build up strength and tone your body, especially your core, butt, and legs. Improving your appearance isn't the main benefit of shaping up your body, as you'll also improve your posture and range of motion. If you'd like to know more, my contact information is listed down below.
Welcome to the set of KYD Magazine's Fashion Essentials.
Thank you. It's so wonderful being here.
Nice. So let us know, who is the designer behind Yani Designs?
Well, Yani Designs is a creative idea by myself. I am from race. Yeah, it's basically some creative inspiration that I have, and I just brought it out. So that's Yani Designs.
Okay, great. And designing has always been a passion of yours, or is it something that you picked up along the way?
Well, I would call myself a creative. I like to work with my hands. I remember in secondary school I used to do braids. I used to do braids and weaves and stuff, so I always liked working with my hands. As a child I never really did jewelry,
Okay.
but I just liked doing any kind of craft with my hands, so it wasn't surprising to me when I got into jewelry design, because again, working with my hands.
Okay, and this is the only thing that you do professionally?
Professionally, I'm a teacher and I'm a musician and vocalist as well.
Oh really?
Yes.
What genre of music do you do?
Any genre of music, but I generally do gospel, gospel inspirational, yes. So, and I'm a bassist, bass guitar, and vocalist. So yeah, I do all genres. Well, you know, gospel is not really a genre, right?
Yes,
it's a message.
yes, it's a message. Yes.
Right? So all genres, soca, jabu, alternative, reggae, any genre, but just of course with that eternal perspective.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when we speak about inspiration, where does your inspiration come from as a designer?
Well, my inspiration comes from all around. Sometimes we do a bit of traveling, and sometimes you see things, it might inspire you. That, like this one time we went to Panama, and I went to the indigenous tribes in the mountains, and I was so inspired by what I saw there. I just came home and I made some bracelets,
Right.
just from experience. So nature, experience, people, my own design and my own style, things that I like. So I'm inspired by almost anything, you know.
I was in Panama when we were allowed to travel, that is. I was in Panama about 3 years ago for my wedding anniversary. And Panama was really nice. They have this particular type, the same indigenous, they have a particular type of fabric and pattern that they use. It's very colorful, it's really nice and really detailed work. Okay, if you were to motivate someone who is an aspiring, whatever it is in the creative field, because as you know, a lot of people don't think that creatives can be sustainable by just doing a design or being a vocalist or whatever it might be. If you were to give that person some amount of motivation, what would you say to them?
Well, I always like to use the words "let's create," and I use those phrases because we are created by the Almighty to create. When He created us, He said, let's create man. And I believe that we have the same power. If we could put our minds to it, we can do anything. So a lot of times we have a lot of negative self-talk. So I would tell anyone who is aspiring or have a passion for anything or dream, stop doubting. You are capable. You are more capable than you even know.
Sure.
Once you put your mind to it and you set your goals, start doing research, then you can dive into it. Now it's going to be shaky at the beginning because it's always shaky at the beginning. You're going to doubt yourself. People's going to say, oh, I don't know if that's the best thing for you. But once you believe in yourself, you begin to surround yourself with the positive people, positive things that could help you to grow in your dream and your vision. Of course you can do it. And you know what? You need to take the risk.
Yes.
That's a big one, taking the risk, because sometimes we as creatives, we were told growing up, well, you have to be X or Y, and these are the things that make it in life.
Yes.
But we are realizing now that sometimes you are unhappy with these decisions. You wanna, okay, I'm just gonna do my degree, I'm just gonna do these things which are good, these things are good. But sometimes not following your passion, it leaves a void inside. So take the risk, take the jump, and get it done, because you have something to offer the world that nobody else has.
That is true.
Yeah.
And I think that's what 2020 taught a lot of us, actually, because that's when everybody and the grandmother started to make masks. People who have never touched a sewing machine before were on sewing machines making thousands of masks just to, have that income coming in. How did you deal with 2020? How was that for you?
2020 was surprisingly good, I think. Yes, there were the challenges. I usually would go like the craft markets and stuff, and we couldn't do anything.
Yes.
But it was a kind of downtime for me to recenter and refocus on Yani designs and what I like to do and what I want to do. And it was a creative time for me, and surprisingly, so many people still supported the business, supported the designs, and I was able to really connect with more clients, even though nobody had anywhere to go, but people were still supporting. It's like, you know what, I am home, let me see what people have. So people now zoning into your page, zoning into your content. So I got a lot of traction, and I found that was very it was very strange, because you would think that in 2020 everybody's home, nobody's doing anything, nobody's going anywhere, you don't have any parties, no concerts, no conferences, nothing to do, everything is online. You would think, well, yeah, it's things are slow, I don't do any markets or anything like that. But people still supported, and I, as a designer as well, I got some time to really think and really evaluate and introspect on design and what I do.
Right. Yeah, that's it. So what is next for your brand? If you would like to share, or are you going to keep it a secret from us?
Well, I actually do have some things coming up, but I'm not at liberty to say at the moment. But I'm always challenging myself to learn new skills in terms of what I do, because I'm totally self-taught, and I have to keep honing my skills as a designer. So I sit a lot and think about, okay, what is next? What is the season that we are in now? Because as creatives, we have to understand the season. And I know, as a designer, you probably do the same. Like, okay, this is not in season anymore,
Yes.
and I'm going to discontinue that. So this is where I am at now. I'm discontinuing this. I think 2021 is about X. I'm not going to say the word, but it's about X. So this is where I am at. So I'm turning a new leaf in 2021. In terms of Yani designs, I'm looking to expand my creative abilities and offer something a little different and a little more.
Okay, great. And how do you feel about collaborations between designers, photographers, models, everyone in the fashion industry?
Yeah. I love collaborating. I love collaborating and just encouraging creatives, because we realize that a lot of persons, they give up on their journey because they are alone, they are isolated. So anytime I see my designers, people who I get familiar with, I encourage them. I say, hey, this is good. You're doing good work.
Yes.
And realizing that it's never a competition. It is never a competition,
Never.
right? We could have the exact material to make something and make two totally
Completely different things.
different things.
I
So
think that is a problem that we have in the not only the fashion industry but varying industries in the creative field. Persons feel, okay, you're a singer, I'm a singer. We can't be in the same space. We can't be in the same room because it's a competition. I can belt more than you. I'm a soprano. You're an alto. It's like, just hush your mouth already. Let's just work together, and you'll see so much things that we can do. When you think of the fashion industry in Trinidad and Tobago, how do you see it? Is there room for improvement? You like how it is? You don't like it at all?
I think the fashion industry has a lot of room for improvement. I think the major thing for me, just at the sidelines watching everything, is for us as citizens, as Trinidadians, as Caribbean people, to embrace our own. I think to me that's a major thing, because when you look at what's going on, everybody in their little nook and cranny doing their little thing.
Yeah.
You know what? And there's need for that kind of unity. There's need for that collaboration and that kind of thing.
Networking.
And when we do that, then everyone in the Caribbean will realize, hey, I don't need to go to this big North American brand to clothe myself. I can go to Kirby Young. I can go to these persons, and I think this is my vision for the industry, where persons from all over the world can come here and they're watching on the streets like, wow, these people dressing different. This is not like small America. This is not like small New York City.
Yes.
It's like when you see everybody's like, wow, I never saw that chain. Wow, I never saw that shit. We can embrace the Caribbean look, right? The Caribbean feel, and everywhere you go, it's like that is a Caribbean person.
Yes.
That's my desire, and I think that is where we should be heading at. And we have so many creatives. We are not lacking for creatives at all,
we're not.
right? At all. We have people from head to toe. You could get a design in Trinidad and Tobago. You could get something. So I think that's where we should be heading as the industry, instead of everybody in their little nook. Again, the competition thing. If
Yes.
we get that out of our minds and come together, we'd have something really great, really, really great.
Yes, I agree. So if persons would like to contact you and get in touch with your brand, how would they do that? What are your social media handles?
Alright, well, you can find Yani Designs on Facebook, Yani Designs, or on Instagram, Yani Designs as well. If you're an online shopper, you can check out my Facebook shop, and also Etsy. I'm on Etsy at Yani Designs TT. Alright, so you can check out all my social media platforms. And I recently joined TikTok. Once I figured out how to do it, you can check out TikTok as well at Yani Designs.
Okay guys, so we're going to have a little treat now. What are you going to share with us today?
Alright, so one thing I like to do is macrame.
Okay.
Or macrame. I don't know, people say it in different ways. Macrame. I don't know, how do you say that?
Macrame.
Macrame.
Yeah.
Oh, so I was really wrong. Alright guys, so today we are going to make a very simple macrame bracelet. This is our design. So as you can see, this is macrame. Basically, it's a threading. It goes all the way around, and then there's an adjustable attachment at the end where you can literally open the bracelet and close it back comfortably. What you're gonna need are your beads. So you have your macrame bead, you have your hematite beads, right? These are hematite beads. They're very shiny. That's how you know they're hematite. Then you have your sheck beads. You have that on the same side, and you have in the middle a jaded dark garnet bead. I usually try to line up my bracelet so I'll be a little more organized as to what I'm going to do and how it's going to look. I'm going to finish off my bracelets with my tags Y and B, Yani Designs. I have my needle to thread everything together. I have my lighter, my thread, and my handy dandy scissors. Alright, so I'm going to start off with my thread. I'm just going to get a good amount of thread or cord for my base. Alright, I'm going to make a double knot, which I like to do just to secure the end. I'm going to make a double knot and use my needle. This is not a normal needle, it's a wide eye needle. It helps me to thread beads even better and more comfortably. So I'm starting with my tags and I'm going to thread everything together. So now that I've threaded everything, I know that's how my brace is going to be looking. I'm going to put my needle aside. I'm going to do a double knot again to the end. Now this thread, this cord is pretty long, but I prefer it to be too long than too short. So the next step, I'm going to go over to my basket. It's going to help me begin the process of macrame. So I'm going to just put a clamp here. Now I get in there, those clamps in the bookstore, it doesn't matter where you get your clamp. It's so that we can, so that we can have our beads here ready to be threaded. Alright, once we have it here, we're going to take, I usually measure my cord on my hand. So I thread it out as much as possible. It's better to be too much than too little, right? And I just measure some lengths. Alright, so we're going to take our thread, put it under. Alright, make sure your thread goes underneath. And then take the right side and bring it up above. You're going to loop the thread below. It's like you're doing a normal knot. You can see that. Tighten it. Start it on the left side, the right side, so we're going to go to the left side now. You're looping and pulling through. I'm going to do a couple of these and then I am going to bring my bead up. Alright, one more and then I'm going to bring my bead up. As soon as I'm finished with this one, that's the only square knot that I will be doing. After that, I will be just knotting on one side and that will give it a twisted look. So pay close attention. Alright, so I'm just going to be knotting on one side. So I knotted it. So all the knots will be on the left side now. And I'm taking note of how many knots I am making. So the bracelet will be equal on each side. Between each bead will be equal. Alright, so I have about five knots, and I'm just going to put my fingers behind so you can see the twisted look. Alright, so alright, it has a twisted look already. Alright, and then we're going to repeat that until the very end. Let's go.
And go ahead.
Alright, so we've reached the end of our bracelet. And remember, at the end we did a square knot. So you can see it's kind of rotating. Alright. And then at the end we have a square knot. Now we're going to finish it off. Alright, we're going to cut. We're going to take our lighter. and bring the ends. Alright, next side, we're going to do the same thing. And it's time to thread our closure. Alright, so there you have the bracelet. And usually you can pull it. Alright, you can stretch it out or squish it in. And now what we're going to do, we're going to lap it over. Oops, we're going to lap it over. We're going to use some of the excess that we just used, and we're going to do the macrame square knot. Alright, we don't need the basket at this time, we just simply use our hands. What I would do is basically I do small and medium, small and large. So I'll try to do some small ones. So I'll probably measure it about, I'll count it out, probably about 8 or 10. And then if I'm doing a large bracelet, I'll make sure I have a large bracelet, so I'll do it a little more. But if I intend to do like 5 bracelets, I'm going to make sure each bracelet is identical. Okay, so I'm at the end of my closure and I'm doing the exact same thing that I did to close off the actual bracelet. I'm cutting, sealing it. Alright, cut and seal. Alright, so I want to make sure that this bracelet is fitting. Alright, it looks small, but when it gets on your hand, and it can also stretch as well. Alright, so you can start stretching it out. I'm gonna put my hand in to measure. It's pretty good. Alright, just put that there. Good. I'm gonna measure it on my hand. Alright, but you realize now that we have a lot of excess here. That's what I'm gonna deal with. I'm just gonna cut it and do a double knot at the end.
I don't wanna complicate things anymore.
And with that, guys, we have come to the end of another episode of KYD Magazine's Fashion Essential. Remember to never give up and always believe in your dreams. And for those of you who have not subscribed as yet, I told you at the beginning to subscribe and you're still in subscribe. Subscribe now, please. Bye, enough love.